Hey everyone, welcome back to this channel. So I've been testing the Samsung Galaxy A16 5G for a while now. And after doing my first impression video, today I wanted to give you more of my thoughts on how it's been holding up. So let's start with the screen. So this is a 6.7 inch AMOLED display. It's bright, it's sharp, and it has a 90 Hz refresh rate, which is pretty cool. And scrolling it does make the phone feel smoother. The phone is also a very solid built phone. I think the only thing, I'm not a fan of the glossiness of the backside of this phone. It's a bit too glossy, and definitely it's a lot of fingerprints if you do plan to use this phone without a case. So I got this phone from Straight Talk, which is owned by Verizon. This is the Verizon variant. It actually comes with Android 14 and One UI 6.1, and Samsung promising 6 years of software support, and that's a good thing. And that's not something you expect for a budget phone to get. Most budget phones usually get maybe 2 major software upgrades and then additional security updates, and then that's it. Also on the side is the fingerprint reader. Now, it's very responsive when it comes to unlocking your phone with the fingerprint. So this model has 4 GB of RAM and 128 GB of storage space. There's also a micro SD card slot, which is inside this SIM tray right here. And this is a dual SIM phone, so it does support one physical SIM alongside one eSIM. Unfortunately, there is no headphone jack whatsoever. It's only USB-C, so you will need some sort of a USB-C converter for your headphone jack, or some USB-C wired headphones, or you can go Bluetooth wireless headphones as well. Now about the cameras, they're okay. Here are just some examples of what I took. The 50 megapixel main sensor gets the job done in daylight, night shots, and the selfies are pretty decent too. But when it comes to video recording, you can only record up to 1080p at 30 frames per second. No 4K video recording, unfortunately. So it's still a good camera to use for recording simple stuff, for like pictures, videos, for social media, but don't expect flagship quality from the flagship phones. Battery life has been really solid on this phone. I've been getting around a day, and sometimes even a little bit more with normal usage. By normal usage, I mean just browsing the web, emails, maybe some few social media apps I use. But if you're planning to game more and do a lot more streaming, obviously it will go down much more. And I did just a slight test, so I've charged the phone up to 100%. And then after a few hours of streaming video, it was down to 58%. And then I left the phone on standby, didn't use it for the rest of the day. And then the following day, which is as of right now I'm recording, it's at 43%. So really depends how you use your phone. This phone could last for a pretty long time because of that big 5000 milliamp battery. So performance has been mixed for me. The Samsung Exynos 1330, that is the processor that's being used on this phone, is okay for everyday stuff. Texting, YouTube, Instagram, light multitasking, some gaming as well. And you do notice some slight lag as well. When I first got this phone, I had to go into basically the developer options, disable all the animation scales, and also disable RAM Plus, because it started to lag a little bit. Now, after doing that, it did make the phone feel a little bit faster, but not by much. However, after I updated the phone to Android 15 and One UI version 7.0, the performance on the phone seems much better. Now there's still some lag, but it's not as bad as it was on the previous version of Android 14 and the One UI 6.0 software. Now that's what I've been seeing, but let me know in the comments below if you've seen any improvements with this phone running Android 15 and the latest One UI update. And I also did a Geekbench benchmark, and for single core I got 867. For multi-core I got 1780. So here's what I like about the phone. The AMOLED display with 90 Hz refresh rate at this price point. Good battery life. The price for this phone. There's also a micro SD slot to expand the storage. And the things I don't like about this phone is no headphone jack. The initial performance, meaning before I upgraded to Android 15, there's a lot of lagging issues I experienced. It's still there a little bit, but not as bad as it was on the previous version. And also the speakers, they're okay. So overall, I think the Samsung Galaxy A16 5G is a good budget phone. Now, at first, I didn't think it was something I could recommend because of the slow performance. But what changed my mind about this phone is the Android 15 and One UI update. It's still not perfect, but it's now more usable than before. But I want to know, what are your thoughts on this phone? Leave your comments below, and feel free to check out some of my other videos as well.